unlike my husband, I've actually never broken the laws of the state and government. But there are laws such as family law in each family that can't be broken. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Say like, no matter how big of a dick my brother is to you, I'm still gonna defend him, even though I know he's a dick. Because that's what you do in families. You know, you protect and you watch over them and you go down for them no matter what it takes. And I grew up in Florida, and it is the South. A lot of people don't realize that. And there are important things in the South, important rules that you live by. One is, you know, RC Cola and moon pies are the best snack. And another one is that college football is more important than going to church on Sunday. And college football is incredibly important in the South. It's important than national teams or professional teams. If you have 10 people in an elevator in Florida, 3 of them are going to be Miami fans, 3 are going to be Noel fans, 3 of them are going to be Gator fans, and 1's going to be a Georgia fan, and there's going to be a fight. And I grew up liking the Florida Gators. And go Gators! Woo! And so when I went to college, I was like a super smart high school student, so I applied to all the state schools, and they all accepted me, and so I had to go to FSU or UF, and I decided, well, I like the colors at UF better, and it's 3 hours from home, whereas FSU is 5 hours from home, so 3 hours it's not going to take me a long time to go see my mom and dad, but it's far enough away where they can't do a spot check on me. So that is how I came to go to the University of Florida, and became a giant Gator fan. And that's where I met my husband as well. Now, go back to the family law thing. I have a sister who is 12 years younger than me, named Paige. And she has been a swimmer since she's 5 years old, and she is fantastic. And we all knew she was gonna get a full ride once she got to college. And she was gonna go to Florida. Of course she's gonna go to Florida. It's got a great swim program. I went to Florida. We live in Florida. And she had Florida sweatpants, Florida everything in her house, room, posters, and all that nonsense. And so when she went around to all the schools, she was offered full rides from all the southern schools, and she picked Georgia. She picked Georgia. We've got 3 enemies, people. That's the Florida Seminoles, the Tennessee Volunteers, and the Georgia Bulldogs. And that bitch picked Georgia. I can't even say the words. But so I was a theater student at University of Florida. So and I'm living in Orlando at this time. So my mother packs up every Florida thing in our house, puts it in a box, and mails it to me. And redecorates the house with Georgia Bulldog stuff. Because a theater student isn't as cool as an athlete, evidently. So I called my mom and complained, and she sent me a bumper sticker that said "House Divided" with a bulldog here and a gator here and a lightning bolt right in between. So sidebar real quick, my sister ended up breaking 4 world records and has a national championship ring, so that's cool. But back to her picking Georgia. So, big football rivalry. It's the biggest football game of the year because it takes place on neutral ground. That's how big it is. In Jacksonville, Florida, and it's the only game you can go to where straight down the middle, one side is red and black and one side is orange and blue. And it is a battle, and it's called the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. And for a reason, because the tailgating is intense at this game. And so Paige has ins with the athletic department in Georgia. So she ends up getting these tickets for $60 each. And we're like, oh my God, we gotta go. And I was like, well, I'm not sitting with you. We'll sit on the other side. And evidently that was wrong. But she's like, well, I can only get tickets if you sit on the Georgia side because I'm getting it from the Georgia Athletic Department. And I said, well, I'm not going to the game then. And my husband told me I was being ridiculous. And so then I agreed to go to the game. And I said to my sister, if we're going to be sitting on the Georgia side, I really need you to protect me. And I wasn't being silly. I just really wanted her to, now I'm 6 feet, she's 6'3", and she's an athlete, so I felt very safe if she was gonna protect me. And her boyfriend at the time was 6'5", and he's also a swimmer, and so he's big. I was like, you guys gotta watch out for us, please. If we're gonna be sitting on the Georgia side, please watch out for us. She's like, yeah. course. Yeah, of course. So my brother is going, and me and my brother drive up to Jacksonville. And my brother's 6'9", so I was kind of like gonna be okay, you know? And me and my brother get to the motel early, and we decorate my sister and her boyfriend's bed with like orange and blue confetti and crepe paper and Go Gator stuff and stuffed gators and everything. And so they come in and they don't even comment on it. It's like it doesn't exist. They come in, they don't even say hello to us. They just climb into the bed and go to bed. Not even to the good part yet. Okay, so next day is game day. We go to the tailgate. Brian flies in from Los Angeles that morning, goes straight to the game. We have to tailgate on the Georgia side. It's insane. There's like little boys walking around with gators on leashes, charging people $1 to kick the gator. And they have wads of cash in their pocket. I say, Paige, please, you're gonna protect me. She's like, yeah, Audrey, no problem, stop it. You're being really weird. I'm like, okay, all right. So we tailed it all day. We play cornhole, and I don't know, cornhole isn't a pervert. It's a beanbag game, and I guess it is perverted. And so there's all this friction between us and the Georgia people, and then all of a sudden it's like a call to Mecca. These sirens go off and everybody starts going to the stadium, and it's serious mode, nobody's talking. I mean, you're talking about like 50, 60,000 people walking into a stadium, and orange and black is going this way. Red and black is going this way. Orange and blue is going this way. And so we get to the point where we have to split, and I'm looking at the orange and blue going, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to go this way. So me and Brian and my brother, and we all go with the red and black. And I said, Paige, because people push me. People are starting to push me and say things to me and everything. And she's like, you're okay. And like I was surrounded by 6'9", 6'5", 6'3", and then Brian was down here in the back, and right now. So we walk into the game. My sister finally puts her arm around me. She's like, you're gonna be fine. And so we give our tickets. We walk in, and as soon as we go through the turnstile and there's no way out, my little sister, and I used to change her diapers because she's 12 years younger than me, and I used to babysit her. I used to make her baby food and feed her. I used to bathe her. I raised her. My baby sister, we get in there, she turns around to me and she looks at me and she goes, Audrey, fuck you, fuck the Gators, I hope you fucking lose, you bitch! And then she turns around and leaves us alone as she goes with the rest of the Bulldogs into the stadiums, and it was the worst game ever because Tebow really got hurt, and Georgia was a bunch of thugs, and it was just a really terrible day.